is a curious thing. It's a trick, a shadow on the wall. Power resides where men believe it resides.
I shall wear no crowns and win no glory.
The world of Westeros continues to burn with anticipation as new developments rise like dragons over a sleeping kingdom, stirring fans who thought the saga had reached its end. After years of silence, the storm has begun to gather once more, carrying whispers of characters returning, kingdoms reshaping, and stories expanding far beyond the original throne that once ruled them all. The realm may have fractured in the finale, but its legacy refuses to fade. Instead, it grows, as if the very wind across the narrow sea carries the promise of new tales waiting to unfold. Audiences around the world can feel that familiar pull again, the mixture of danger, betrayal, loyalty, and destiny that once defined every corner of the Seven Kingdoms. And now, all eyes turn to the horizon where these rumors transform into living possibilities. Across the lands of fan discussion and creative speculation, one major piece of news rises above the rest: the renewed interest in exploring the unfinished journeys of characters who left the screen with open fates. The idea of returning to certain storylines has sparked waves of excitement. Unresolved arcs have always acted like ghosts trailing the legacy of the show, and now those ghosts might finally be given form. From the frozen edges of the north to the sun-kissed shores of distant kingdoms, the whispers speak of revisiting moments left unanswered, giving depth to endings that once felt abrupt, and reigniting the spirit of a world defined by power and consequence. This new movement breathes life back into the embers that so many thought had cooled forever. The next wave of updates comes from the creative direction surrounding the realm's future, where renewed attention is being placed on expanding the political landscapes that were left shattered after the final war. The fragile peace that settled over Westeros has always felt temporary, and now discussions revolve around what happens when that peace begins to crack. New factions may emerge, inspired by the ambitions left behind by fallen rulers. New alliances may form as survivors seek to protect the futures they fought so hard to claim. The idea of further exploring the rise of new houses, the restructuring of old laws, and the struggle to rebuild kingdoms torn apart by dragons and fire has become a centerpiece of the excitement surrounding ongoing developments. Fans know that peace never lasts long in this world, and the promise of new conflicts brings a familiar thrill. Much of the creative buzz also focuses on the characters whose journeys shifted dramatically in the final chapter. There is immense curiosity about how their lives have changed since their last appearance. The world wants to see how a wandering hero might find purpose again after losing everything that once defined him. People wonder whether a queen in exile truly embraces peace, or if the hunger for justice still stirs within her. There is speculation about the young leaders who took their first steps into ruling roles, untested, inexperienced, but determined to reshape kingdoms in their own image. These open doors provide endless pathways for continuation, and the growing enthusiasm comes from knowing that any one of these paths could evolve into a full expansion of the story. Creative discussion has also highlighted an intensified interest in the mystical elements of the world. Long before dragons soared and kings clashed, ancient magic shaped the land, and many of its secrets remain hidden. Now, as updates continue to build energy, fans feel a renewed hope that the forgotten mysteries, those tied to prophecies, legendary figures, and unseen powers, may finally receive the exploration they deserve. People are eager for deeper dives into ancient civilizations that left only ruins behind, exploring how their forgotten knowledge could alter the balance of the present day. With every new discussion, the potential for rediscovering the forgotten magic of the world grows stronger. Another major point of excitement comes from renewed creative attention being placed on stories that lie beyond Westeros entirely. There is a rising demand to explore lands that were mentioned but never fully shown: sprawling empires, mysterious islands, blood-soaked deserts, and icy realms far beyond the maps everyone knows. These distant territories offer a lush field of possibilities, filled with entirely new cultures, rulers, dangers, and myths. The expansion beyond Westeros gives room for new heroes to rise, new villains to emerge, and new interpretations of power to take the stage. For many longtime viewers, the introduction of new lands is one of the most thrilling developments in the ongoing evolution of the world. While much of the attention surrounds new stories, there is also a surge of discussion about the visual and tonal evolution of the series. The next generation of the saga is expected to deepen the emotional weight, sharpen the political struggles, and darken the moral complexities. The world of Westeros has never been simple. Every victory comes with sacrifice, every alliance with betrayal, and every throne with blood. The updates suggest that the creative direction will lean more heavily into these themes, allowing the story to regain the intricate tension that made the earlier seasons unforgettable. Battles will grow more personal, conflicts more layered, and the consequences more devastating. There is also significant interest in how dragons will continue to influence the future of the world. Dragons have always been symbols of both wonder and destruction, and the potential for new generations, hidden bloodlines, or ancient secrets surrounding their origins adds additional layers of excitement. Every fan knows that dragons changed the world once and they could do it again. Whether they become a source of balance, chaos, or rebirth remains a point of speculation, but what is certain is that their presence will continue to command attention. One of the more emotional threads in the rising tide of updates centers on legacy, how characters will be remembered, how kingdoms will rebuild, and how the world will shape itself in the shadow of everything that happened. Exploring the aftermath of war, the burden of leadership, and the harsh truth that some wounds never fully heal has become an important aspect of the future narrative. Fans are eager for stories that dive into the psychological and emotional journeys of characters long after their battles have ended, revealing the unseen struggles that come with survival. Another compelling topic of development is the shifting balance of power between houses that once dominated the political map. The iconic houses may return in unexpected ways, whether through new heirs, hidden survivors, or rising branches that were never previously explored. The reshaping of these houses opens countless opportunities for new conflicts, new rivalries, and new alliances. Each house carries its own legacy, its own sins, and its own pride, and the next chapter may ignite entirely new struggles between them. Creative conversations also hint at a stronger focus on moral ambiguity. The new direction emphasizes characters who walk the blurred line between hero and villain, forcing audiences to confront emotional contradictions, shifting loyalties, and the uncomfortable truth that survival often requires sacrifice. This return to moral complexity resonates deeply with longtime fans who loved the earlier portrayal of flawed, unpredictable characters whose choices shaped the fate of the world. A significant portion of the current excitement also revolves around the technical improvements expected in the storytelling. The next era of the saga promises grander landscapes, more intricate world building, and deeper character immersion. Audiences anticipate a richer expression of the world's atmosphere, the cold bite of northern winds, the haunting silence of abandoned cities, the roar of distant storms over ancient ruins, and the quiet intensity that accompanies every whispered secret in dark hallways. Every visual and emotional detail has the potential to elevate the story into something even more powerful than before. There is also a growing thrill surrounding expansions into the histories that shaped the modern world. Many long-held questions about bloodlines, ancient wars, and legendary figures could finally be explored in depth. The histories of the realm have always felt like sprawling epics waiting to be told, filled with kings who carved kingdoms out of chaos, queens who defied destiny, and warriors whose names were etched into legend. The updates suggest that these histories may finally take center stage, giving audiences the chance to witness the tales that once shaped the legends we know. Amid all this, one of the most powerful developments is the surge of energy within the global fan community. After years of silence, the renewed excitement has breathed new life into discussions, creativity, theories, and debates. Fans from every corner of the world have returned to sharing ideas, questioning mysteries, reimagining possibilities, and celebrating the return of a world that shaped an entire era of storytelling. This unity, the bond between fans and the world they love, has become one of the clearest signs that the saga still holds immense power. With every new update, the anticipation grows. The pieces are shifting again, the kingdom stirring, and the shadows of destiny lengthening across the land. Whether the next chapter focuses on rebuilding, discovering forgotten magic, following lost heroes, or shaping entirely new rulers, one truth remains undeniable. The world of Westeros is not finished. It is evolving, expanding, and preparing for a new era that promises to be just as thrilling, emotional, and unpredictable as the journey that captured the hearts of millions. The stories of this world have always thrived on the edge of chaos and transformation, and now, once again, the winds of change are blowing across the Seven Kingdoms and beyond.